despite resistance from Democratic city and state leaders, including Illinois' governor.
I would love to have Governor Pritzker call me. I'd gain respect for him and say, we do have a problem, and we'd love you to send in the troops, because you know what? The people, they have to be protected.
The president says he has an obligation to act without specifying when, and he points to a violent holiday weekend in Chicago, where police say 58 people were shot, including 8 killed. The National Guard is part of an ongoing federal crime crackdown in D.C. Earlier today, a federal judge ruling that it was illegal to send the military into L.A. during violent protests over immigration enforcement. The Justice Department argues troops were used to protect federal officers and facilities, not to enforce laws. The president says his administration will seek an expedited decision from the U.S. Supreme Court as it appeals a ruling that the president overstepped his authority by using an emergency act to impose multiple tariffs. He says those tariffs are key for winning the AI race.
We're leading because of tariffs. We're leading because of talent, and this is where they'd like to be. But without the tariffs, we wouldn't have a chance, because we wouldn't be able to protect those investments of the companies coming in. So if you took away tariffs, we could end up being a third world country.
He says that tariff ruling is why stocks have been sinking today. A partial rebound, though. The Dow down 249 at the bell after plunging more than 500. The president's comments coming after announcing that Space Force Command will move from Colorado to Alabama. Meantime, Secretary of State Rubio confirming the U.S. military conducted a lethal strike in the Caribbean against a drug vessel that left Venezuela, where the leader has criticized a U.S. naval presence. America is listening to Fox News.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
President Trump vowing again there will be consequences for inaction as the U.S. keeps pushing for peace between Russia and Ukraine. This after momentum toward a possible meeting between Presidents Putin and Zelensky appears to have faded, though Russia's leader says there's been constructive dialogue with the Trump administration.
Russian President Vladimir Putin says Moscow and the White House have come to a, quote, mutual understanding of his country's invasion of neighboring Ukraine. In comments made during his visit to China, Putin said the Trump administration is, quote, listening to the Kremlin's justifications for the war. He also appeared amenable to possible progress in discussions to stop the fighting, but his comments did not signal a substantial change in Russia's position. Putin reiterated that Russia will not accept NATO membership for Ukraine. He did say there is, quote, an opportunity to find consensus on post-war security guarantees for Ukraine, but did not elaborate. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
And President Trump just telling reporters he's learned things that will be very interesting and thinks they'll find out in the coming days. A Democratic mayor is running for Congress in Pennsylvania.
Scranton Mayor Paige Cognetti announced in a video on X she will seek Pennsylvania's 8th District House seat, now held by first-term Republican Rob Bresnahan. In her video, she accused Bresnahan of being a prolific stock trader who she says ran for office on a promise to ban the practice.
I say day trading away the public trust is not who we are. So yeah, I'm running for Congress because people here deserve a lot better than a rich kid disrespecting our hard work and proud legacy.
In a responding statement, the National Republican Congressional Committee painted Cognetti as an extreme candidate who is weak on border and health care issues.
Fox's Gernal Scott recapping Wall Street. September begins with selling, the Dow dropping 249 points, but finishing back over 45K after a deeper drop during the session. I'm Lisa Brady. This is Fox News.
You think football is still fun?
Yes.
Sir?
Yes. No.
No?
Sir, well, it was fun.
Not anymore, though, is it? Is it?
No, not right
No,
now.
it's not fun anymore. Not even a little bit.
Wrong. No.
Here comes the
one and only Jay Lane.
We talk about everything. If you guys want the real talk. Touchdown, Illinois! If you win games, it takes care of everything.
Bacon up the middle. And ahead to the 15.
First and 10 for the Illini. Football is such an emotional game. The stakes are just higher.
Illinois upsets Maryland on homecoming.
We are high on the hopium.
One other thing.
I love the war chant.
Do it. Do it.
Let's go!
You know what the drums mean. It's ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. Evan Stone back in. And the one and only Jay Lehman.
What's up, fellas? Great to be in.
Man, how was your Labor Day weekend?
Oh, man. Well, it was better with an Illini win, number one.
It's a good way to start on Friday night. Yeah.
My 8th grade junior football team, we were winning at half, and then we lost to Effingham, unfortunately. That was Saturday. Sunday, there was no NFL, but we watched. It was always good to see. It's always good to see Notre Dame get beat.
Always.
Even if Miami's the team that beat them.
There was something satisfying about that.
Okay. And then there was something borderline satisfying about Bill Belichick getting beat. Because you kind of felt, and I saw a tweet about this, not just me, but it kind of felt like high expectations from an NFL coach, kind of like Lovie Smith, had a little flash to start, and he just kind of sputtered out there in the game.
Yeah, fair comparison. I had no expectations one way or the other for Belichick at NC this year. I know it's the name and his legendary status in the NFL, but
still got the sweatshirt on with the cut stuff. I mean, still got that brand going on.
How much do you think they sell those for in Chapel Hill? You think they got to be like $50 a pop?
Do they pre-cut them like the old Abercrombie pants they used to tear for you? You know?
Abercrombie, probably.
I'm really showing my age here, guys. For all you millennials, they used to have torn pants ready for you. You know, now I don't know if they sell torn pants.
Torn
anymore.
pants, or if you were tough, you had Jinkos, right? That was the other thing you had to.
Jinkos is like 97, 98, and they were big pants. My mom was adamantly against Jinkos, but they were expensive. They were huge.
They were huge. Pockets.
Somebody told me Jinkos were back now.
They are back. Yeah.
I thought that brand died.
Billie Eilish brought him back,
along with the Big Dog brand. Remember the Big Dog?
Big Dog, Tuscola Outlet Mall. Come on, baby.
Tuscola Outlet Mall.
Tuscola Outlet Mall. And let me tell you, somewhere in a closet, I still have a Bone Cold Steve Barkin T-shirt
Let's go.
that my mom bought me for a birthday one year that I never wore.
They had that stitched on dog logo on everything.
Yes.
It kind of looked like Beethoven. That's another great movie from the early 90s. We are just real. Guys,
this is what the people come here for,
listen,
you know?
Listen, if you were born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, this show is for you.
That's
because
us,
we
man.
have a lot of references to that era,
and
we're very nostalgic about it. So sorry in advance for it, but not sorry because we love to talk about it.
That is who we are.
But we got there from a Bill Belichick sweatshirt being torn. I thought that college is just completely different. Again, you have to, you don't, it's not an even playing field of picking players, right? It's a lot different. You got to recruit. I know there's NIL here. I know that they've recruited well, but they weren't a horrible team under Mac Brown last year.
Right.
I mean, it's not that bad, but kind of taking a step back, it looked like in the rebuilding process.
It did not look good.
No.
And we'll get to kind of football around the nation here later in a bit because there's a big game that happened this weekend that kicked off the entire thing.
Yeah, what were your first thoughts? I mean, we all kind of expected, I think, what it was. The overall score, I was well, let me get into that. I want to ask you that first. Were you surprised when you saw that number jump from 45.5 to 48.5 on Friday? Did you see that, James?
Did it jump?
It jumped to 48.5, and I was like, oh, that might be a little too rich for my blood. And I said under. I went 42-7 was my prediction. This guy, Evan Stone over here, he almost nailed it. He said 52-0. He expected to go over in a shutout, and if it hadn't been for the Joe Davis field goal that he called to prevent.
Who kicks a field goal down 40 points on 4th and goal from the 2?
He wasn't going to have a shutout on his watch, sir. But, yeah, you would have been right on the money, man. So it did jump. Were you surprised at the number of points that were put on the board by the Illini on Friday?
I don't think it's probably a game you could actually run the ball every play if you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to work on a lot of different things. I think they did that. They got a lot of receivers in the game, a lot of offensive linemen in the game, a lot of defenders in the game. They did everything they wanted to do. Is there stuff to clean up? Yes. I think the biggest thing that I took, because I got to be down on the field prior to the game for years in the Beckman and Lovey era, a little bit in the Bielema era early on, you felt like our big guys were just undersized compared to the rest of the Big Ten. And we were I was on the field as a sideline reporter for years, the Big Ten Network. Not a lot of dumps in the truck, basically. A little Cisco reference for you. We didn't
say what? What?
Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about.
I
Remember
do.
that video? It was
now.
like a spring break. He spring break study and stuff. MTV spring break.
Do I
Wow.
remember the video?
Gosh.
Men of a certain age remember that video.
Okay.
Yes.
But that being said, we just look different than other teams in the Big Ten. Now I feel like we're on par or better from an offensive and defensive line perspective, and that's a credit to recruiting, to the development under Brett Bielema. I mean, you're not going to find many better looking offensive linemen than J.C. Davis or Orlin Kreutz looks really good. Josh Geske looks like a mauler. Off the edge, Gabe Backus looks good. Tamiwa Aderije, I'm just butchered his name. I'm still working on it. He was bigger than I thought and more active than I thought.
Oh, my gosh. He was all over the place.
300 pounds and long and lean. James Thompson looks like a mountain of a man when you're down on the field. And so we have that. So that was number one. Number two, the crowd energy for an FCS game just felt different. It just felt different than what I've been accustomed to. And I've been to a lot of FCS games in Illinois, played in some of them. It just felt different. So that was exciting. The game itself played out like I thought it would, but those two things stuck out to me.
There was a chat we had about a week ago, and I had mentioned the importance of Hank Beatty to this team. And I mentioned in particular on special teams, the young man has the opportunity every time he touches the ball to flip the field, and then he rips off a 69-yard punt return for a touchdown on Friday night. What did you see out of Hank's play that really stood out to you? Because he just had highlight reel after highlight reel moment on Friday night. He with all the love that the Russian attack rightly deserved, I thought Hank really stood out.
Well, first I thought you said the Russian attack, as in like the Russians were attacking us. But you meant the rushing attack. Yes, I like that.
Red Dawn, come on, baby.
No, I'm from Edgar County, sir. Okay, we got a little.
I like it. The draw on there, it was good, Curtis. What I would say is this: first off, I thought Hank Beatty got robbed from being first team All Big Ten punt return last year. I think if you put him in a scarlet and gray or maize and blue uniform or a Penn State uniform, I think he's first team. I think because he played for the Illini, I think he was third team. Okay, number two, I think that when you look at a good punt returner, number one is possession. Usually back in the day, it's all we could do. Remember, we had Caleb Griffin, the backup kicker.
Yeah.
He was catching punts in 2020.
Fair catching them,
right? So they were getting possession. So first you got to possess. What I like about Hank when it comes to punt returns is he's able to make the first guy miss, and usually, unless he's setting up a return, he's getting upfield quickly. And so he does a tremendous job at that. I think Hank is a guy that obviously was successful in high school. Gatorade Player of the Year out of Rochester, a guy Illinois wants to have on their program. Rochester, a very good high school football program, has won a number of titles, but he lacked the strength, I think, to play every down, and he was behind Pat Bryant, who's now with the Broncos. He's behind Zachary Franklin, behind Isaiah Williams with the Bengals, right? So you have all these different team players, but that's what good programs do. They reload with guys, and Hank Beatty's been able to get that extra strength. And we've heard the coaches say it. The bowl game, he took a jump. That third down catch in the fourth quarter of the bowl game was kind of an eye-opening play, I heard Barry Lunny say. And so those things, you finally get him, and now he looked like he was playing at a different speed and confidence than everybody else on the field.
Yeah, I mean, we were sitting up in the east balcony.
Okay.
And when Hank caught that punt, almost immediately I turned to my son and I said, "That's a touchdown." Because I've never seen an Illinois team do this better. when they set up that return, that wall that was built was it brought a tear to my eye. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And he just took off up the field. They played it perfectly. Thankfully, their punter can't tackle worth a darn. But it was fun just to see exciting plays like that all over the field. Guys who are into it. That was good.
That's a wall we can all get behind. That kind of wall, right? A punt wall right there. So, I mean, I really.
Not Russian wall.
Yeah, right. There we go. The Edgar County accent right there.
There it is.
So I love that. I think when you look at special teams, we hear what Brett says. Hey, good teams, they run the ball, defend the run, and cover kicks.
Yeah.
They've done a good job of playing defense special teams wise. They've gotten good kickers in David Olano. The punt game has been the one thing, not the punt return game. The punt game was the one thing that struggled last year. And they brought in Crimmins. We didn't get to see many punts on that. But I'm looking to see them take a jump in that because I think if you can add good special teams on top of this team and play field position, I don't know. I think we have the potential to be an explosive offense. But if you can give your offense a head start in that with special teams, you can really take your numbers up quite a bit when it comes to points, which I don't really look at yards on offense or defense. I think the number one stat is scoring offense and scoring defense, right? It's about getting points.
Yeah, and I know we're going to get in the nitty-gritty offense, defense a little bit later. Hank Beatty obviously was the talk of the game afterwards. Was there another player on that field that you watched, you looked at, and it doesn't matter if it's Western Illinois or who, where they just popped at you and you're like, that's a dude?
Gabe Backus for sure.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, he's leaned out. I think the very first sack fumble of that game, I don't think that's a play that he makes in 2024. Because I think if you are a 10th to 2/10 seconds behind what he was or slower than what he was, it turns into an incomplete pass instead of a sack fumble. And that's the difference, right? His get-off looked elite. And so I think Gabe Backus is an NFL player playing with college players. Very productive. I think in the first half he had 2 sacks and 2.5 tackles for loss just in the first half. Rotated in and out a lot because they were trying to get guys reps. But Gabe Backus is at a different level as well.
Yeah, there's something I was looking through the stats on PFF, their ratings, player ratings afterwards. So Gabe Backus, obviously, he led the team in player grades. He had a 93%, which is just incredible. He had an 80% coverage rating.
Meaning when he was covering people?
When he dropped back into pass coverage.
Yeah.
Like, he literally did everything on the field on Friday night, which I don't think you'll see that most of the rest of the year, but I love they just threw that wrinkle in, and he just dominated the game. It was awesome.
He's a special guy, and the reason he came back was the development he think they could take from junior to senior year, and it looks like it's paying off so far.
You know, one guy we haven't even really mentioned yet is Luke Altmaier, and which just shows how well the other phases of the game went. I thought Luke looked poised. I understand it's Western Illinois. I thought he looked poised. I thought he looked really comfortable, maybe the most comfortable we've seen him in an Illini uniform. What did you see, Jay?
Well, I think when you think about Luke, I think he's got extreme confidence in his arm. That throw to Justin Bowick is like, man,
it's fun. Yeah,
it's cool to see that.
Yeah,
and you see kind of the speed and knock it off. I think he looked very comfortable, almost too comfortable in those 2 sacks. I think he was looking to make a play. He didn't want to throw away the ball. He could have thrown away the ball if he wanted to. I still think he's trying to get some of his timing down with some of the newer guys. Maybe it's Bowick or maybe it's Hudson Clement. I think Clement will, based on what the coaches are saying, he's gonna get some more balls, more targets. But I don't know how much you can go around because you got 3 decent backs. We've got a quarterback who's going to throw 20 or 30 times a game. Colin Dixon and Hank Beatty probably your top 2 receivers. Your tight ends are going to get fair share. And you got a whole plethora of receivers. Bowick, Clement, Kapka Jones, Hollins, Rio Sanders. You've got a lot of guys there, and so I don't know how many guys can actually contribute, but you feel like you finally have some depth. But when it comes to Luke, what I liked is his ability to be accurate. It's all about accuracy. Drew Brees, nobody talks about Drew Brees' arm strength or his size or his mobility, but he was the most accurate quarterback we've ever seen in the National Football League by statistics. Something like 74% of all balls he completed. And I think that's what you're looking for out of Luke is accuracy, taking care of the football. And what we saw last year, we took a big jump, was just the clutch fourth quarter plays, whether it be at Purdue, whether it be Rutgers, whether it be when they needed a play in that South Carolina game. He was there. I think he can continue to do that, and that's what I'm excited about Luke.
Yeah, there were a couple throws though that I think he wished he had back. I know him and Hudson Clement in the end zone, where, like you're saying, it's timing. Do you think were they close enough that over this next week you're not too worried about it, or was it far enough apart timing wise that you're like, man, going into Duke, they got to put in some work this week to really get on the same page?
I think they're going to get it figured out. I think it's easier to get your timing offensively sometimes, meaning you can run a lot of plays on air and work timing routes. You don't have to have live defenders against you. I think it does change stuff because your speed changes in a game, so you got to work on that as well because people just go faster. It's called game speed.
Yep.
I think defensively, it's very, very tricky to track running backs, to track receivers in practice compared to a game. You really need those game reps because the speed just changes on you and it comes at you faster than maybe you're ready to maybe take on. So I think they'll get it figured out offensively from the receiver side.
Taking a look at the Max Twin City Recycling text line, our guy Big Def just texted in. Akis dropped back into coverage only twice in 22 pass plays he was in on. I'll take that compared to the last 2 years.
As in he was dropping back more the last couple years, or I don't know what he was. I'm trying to see what Big Def's saying. Big Def, one of our great fans, and he listens in all the time.
Yeah.
So,
I think he was pretty upset with how many times we were dropping guys into coverage that should just be knocking quarterbacks heads off. So, there's another text on here, 217 text. Were there really over 50,000 people there Friday night? Yes.
I mean, it looked like it to me.
I'm going to tell you, like, we came in the south end zone. Jay, I don't know where you guys walked in at, or
I was on the west side, but
we came in the south end zone, and they were having some issues with the ticket readers. And dude, the line was all the way down out of the horseshoe down past 4th Street.
Wow.
I mean, it was crazy. So there was a lot of people there on Friday night.
I saw a little bit of drone coverage. I don't know if it was coverage, but somebody with a drone took some cool shots above Memorial Stadium from Friday night. I saw some of that on TikTok and Instagram on Saturday morning. It looked fantastic. That's what a college football atmosphere should look like. And that was just a fun atmosphere.
And I think 11,000 students, something like that. So there was student overflow seating over on the east side.
Yeah.
And so that was cool to see. I got a question from Marcus in Colorado. Another loyal fan. Marcus, what's up? How can we win and be jumped by SC? What surprised you about Friday? Well, SC had a better quality win, I would say. Although we beat SC the previous game, which was really the bowl game, right? So we can't really throw that in there. I also think Lenore Sellers getting all kinds of Heisman hype as well. So I think the hype train's a little bit going on with that as well. But I'm not really worried about the rankings. I'm more worried about Duke. What surprised me about Friday? Nothing really surprised me. I guess what surprised me is how productive Hank Beatty was in every phase of the game, but we already chatted about that.
Yeah. I think a surprise for me, and we might get into this in a little bit.
Sure.
I don't know. You just let me know when we're allowed to nerd out because I got some things. But the secondary was a little bit of a surprise to me. Now, was that just because they were playing super vanilla? They didn't really care. But there were a few times that Western receivers were running down the field, and the quarterback either didn't have enough time to get it to them or he missed them.
Yeah.
But there was a few times where I'm watching, I'm thinking, man, I just didn't feel good about that.
Yeah, well, I would say the first drive they ran scripts of little dink and dunk passes and swing passes, but definitely Caleb Patterson got beat on a double move. He got beat on a jump ball, and that's the ones you see. I thought that for the most part, Miles, the 3M. I'm gonna call him 3M. Miles, Mac, and Matt. Right? You got Miles Scott, Mac Resetich, and you got Matthew Bailey. I think those are three really good safeties that can erase a lot of errors that you have. I also think not having Juice Clark, it said like Jaheim Clark was out because of a hamstring issue. He'd be your third corner usually with Cox and Caleb Patterson. I think you might see Xavier Scott double dip as a nickel and as a corner. So I think there's a lot of different things they're still working out. You're definitely going to be more tested against Duke. But yes, from a defensive perspective, you think your DBs are going to be sharp, but you can get hit. I will say, from a defensive perspective, Malachi Hood, he's a guy that surprised me. Didn't necessarily surprise me because I saw it coming in the Northwestern game last year. I saw it coming in the bowl game. He looked like a really legitimate inside linebacker, made a great tackle at the goal line, looks really good physically, can move. I think Malachi Hood might have beat out James Kreutz for that second inside linebacker position alongside Dylan Rosiak.
If you're just tuning in, it is the Jay Lehman Hour on the Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen and Evan Stone, and we're due for a break, so we'll take a quick break, fellas. When we come back, we'll put a bow on Week 1, look ahead to the Duke game this coming weekend. And, Jay, we can't do the Jay Lehman Hour without our fine sponsors.
That's right, guys. CEFCU, C-E-F-C-U. CEFCU is not a bank. It's better. It's a credit union that's going to help you with your auto, home, and commercial loans. CEFCU is building a brick-and-mortar location here on North Prospect, just north of Furniture Row. Go check them out, cefq.com. A&R Mechanical, been serving Champaign-Urbana and Champaign County for years and beyond. They have helped build iconic structures like the Assembly Hall, the Memorial Stadium Addition, Carl Hospital. Guys, they are the actual guts of a building. The mechanicals, the HVAC, the plumbing. A&M Mechanical has done it for 100 years in Champaign-Urbana. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, home of the free 10-year protection plan. Long Branch Steakhouse. Do not forget the fried pickles if you make a trip out to Gifford. And Trinity Home Medical Equipment. If you got glucose issues and you need a glucose monitoring system, Trinity Home Medical Equipment is the one-stop shop for you. That's trinityhme.com for more info. Thanks to our sponsors who make this happen.
And we thank you for listening. We'll catch another break. Be right back. Talk more Illini football. It is the Jay Lehman Hour on the Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. The Champaign Parks Foundation, with support from GHR Engineers, Christie Clinic Illinois Race Weekend, and Lynn Ryle, invites you to join them for their third annual Ties and Tinnies Gala on Thursday, September 4th at the iHotel. This year's event is headlined by Fighting Illini women's basketball coach Shauna Green. Attendees can also expect drinks, a plated dinner, a silent auction, and more. Help the Champaign Parks Foundation reach its fundraising goal of $125,000. Get more details now at champaignparks.org.
Hi, Randy Graham here with Curtis Orchard. We are open for the season. Your apple donuts are ready, so come out now. We also made improvements like an expanded Land of Oz area with new games, more mazes, and a new shade pavilion. Our gift shop has more to offer than ever before, so come out and see the full selection. Of course, we still have your favorites like peaches, apples, produce, fritters, pies, cider, preserves, and popcorn. There's something here to make everyone smile. Visit curtisorchard.com or follow on Facebook.
Team, it's back to school time, but for us at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, class is always in session when it comes to taking care of our customers.
Yeah!
So what's the most important thing we've learned?
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, we guarantee the best deal.
Right, and you can't have the best deal without what, Jeff?
The best service.
You got it. And to have the best service, you have to have what? Sean, in the back.
A service department.
Yes. Guys, if you sell appliances, you have to fix appliances. We take care of our customers after the sale with top-rated service technicians. That's what our customers get at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Top-rated service after the sale. Okay, you have your hand up. You don't work here, sir, but you do look familiar.
I work in sales at the appliance store down the street. We don't have service, and I was wondering if you were hiring.
Nasal voice guy, you're in. Come on down.
Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Trinity Home Medical in Central Illinois has you covered. For 22 years, they've been your trusted source for medical support. Now they're excited to offer continuous glucose monitors. No more finger sticks. Get real-time glucose readings to avoid dangerous spikes and crashes. Most insulin-dependent diabetics qualify through insurance, and they handle everything: insurance processing, delivery, education, and support. Call Trinity Home Medical today at 877-663-0202 or visit trinityhme.com. And what about Dixie Chopper? What do you got? Dedicated diesel.
The best prices you'll ever get on a Dixie Chopper. I'm looking at right now the list of a classic. The regular retails for $18,200. We're going to sell it for $12,500.
What?
Yep.
You're doing commercial. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, we're gonna sell some of these things and move them out. A $7,500 Z2. We're going to get rid of for $5,000.
Man.
$20,000 Eagle, 72-inch cut. It's there for $13,500.
Wow. It's the fastest lawnmowers in the world, called Dixie Chopper. Go to Dedicated Diesel. How would I reach Andy for that?
They can call Andy at 217-328-0562. Visit him at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana, or check him out on Dedicated Equipment on Facebook.
At Freedom Roofing, they stand for quality, integrity, and the American way. Locally owned and built on trust, they take pride in protecting what matters most, your home. Their expert team delivers top-notch craftsmanship with unbeatable customer service because you deserve nothing less. When storms hit or roofs age, call the name that stands for strength. Freedom Roofing, proudly serving our community because your roof should be as strong as the country we call home. Freedom Roofing, built on trust, powered by integrity. Visit freedomchampagne.com.
Fake to him. Altmaier. End zone. Touchdown, Illinois. Tucson captain Tanner Arkin with the first score. It's now the Illini. And there's another seam, and there's a sprint to the end zone. Aiden Lawfrey, touchdown. Well, we were driving over here today. The punt does get away. You said, boy, if they could just convert some third downs early. Right. They missed their last 6. Hank Beatty's got some room over here to the wide side of the field. He'll get inside of Western Territory. And then some. Hank Beatty. He got there.
Those highlights courtesy of Peacock on Friday night. I hope you had your streaming service up and running, fellas. It's ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen with Evan Stone, and it is the Jay Lehman Hour of The Drive. We get to do this every single week with Jay. Talk football, talk Illini football, and we were discussing a lot of the ins and outs from Friday night. Evan, you said did you say you had one more thing you wanted to hit on? Or am I making that up in my brain?
Well, he mentioned something about, hey, and this is kind of based on Ty from Assumption's question, other than a win against Duke.
Oh, yeah.
How do we measure a successful game this coming weekend? Do we win by 2 scores? And I love Ty that, he's talking about winning margin. I think it's just winning in general is a successful game.
Yeah.
And you brought up a good point and kind of stumped me, Evan, in the break, saying when's the last time Illinois beat a Power 5 team on the road? Certainly hasn't happened, a non-conference Power 5 team on the road.
Yeah.
And certainly hasn't happened in the Bielema era because they played Virginia on the road in 2021, got beat. Or was it 2022? I think 2022.
22, yeah.
22, they got beat.
Yeah.
2023, they played
Kansas
on the road, got beat. 2021, they played Virginia on the road, got beat. 2022, they played Virginia at home and beat them.
Yeah. 23 Kansas, 24 Kansas.
Yes.
So Bielema's not done it here. And I've been efforting. I've gotten all the way back to 2016. We've yet to do it. So honestly,
there's only one chance to do it a year because you usually play an FCS, a group of 5, and a Power 4.
I don't know, Jay. You might be right that it was your senior year, the last time we won a non-conference Power 5 road game.
At Syracuse,
the revenge tour.
Yes.
I think if someone knows something, you can hit us up on the Maximum City Recycling text line. I've been going through it. I don't know the last time. So honestly, just win. Just win.
Just win. I feel like we always are like, let's go schedule a fellow basketball school for our non-Power 5. Like Virginia won a national title under Tony Bennett. Let's schedule them. Kansas is always good. Bill Self, let's schedule them for football. They're not going to be good. And then by the time we play them, they're usually really good.
Yep.
They're good. Like Duke's good. Like, let's schedule Duke. Another basketball school. Oh, wait, Duke's pretty good. They won 9 games.
Yeah.
Like, it's always backfired. Back in the day, we scheduled Rutgers, and they were supposed to be the worst team in college football until they were like 11-1 under Schiano back in the day. Syracuse, another basketball school. Let's schedule. We schedule the basketball schools, hoping in football we'll have a.
It did work out when we played UConn.
Well, here's what
they still sucked, but we barely won that game.
Sucked.
UConn.
They still sucked. What I'm hearing is at some point when you get to Chapel Hill, Belichick's going to turn things around. Right, and then they're going to be good at football again? Is that what's going to happen?
I don't know if Belichick's going to turn it around. I just never have thought he was a fit at North Carolina. I just – maybe he's not a fit anywhere other than without Tom Brady kind of running his offense.
That's my thing. If we want to get on a soapbox, I think Bill Belichick, obviously, great coach. I'm going to lean more on Tom Brady's side than Belichick's side, but that's just me.
Okay.
I love this text here by 217. The smell of onions, peppers, and grilled protein put in my veins. The leopard dude used Jay as a hurdle in that game. You're talking about Brian Leonard, number one. Number two, he jumped Champ Bailey, Charles Bailey. That's the guy he jumped in the game. Number three, I did get juked out of my jock strap on that game by Brian Leonard. You might have been. I got juked. Yes, Brian Leonard was very good for Rutgers. So he was the fullback for Rutgers that game. We did actually beat Rutgers that year though at home.
That was the
first game.
That was
of
the first game.
Yeah, the second year we lost pretty bad at Rutgers.
Yeah,
Power 5 road.
Ray
loss
Rice
again.
was on.
And Ray Rice. They had a good backfield. Ray Rice and Brian.
Did you
Leonard.
tackle Ray Rice?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
I mean, I guess.
Well, I was about to hype you up for a second there. You're like,
come on,
I
man.
guess I did.
I mean, you tackle a lot of good guys. I mean, they also have 10 other guys coming after. It's not like one-on-one on the field. So you're just like, okay,
that's
tackle,
fair. That's fair.
So.
All right.
Anyway,
whatever.
But I say that because you don't hear much stuff on a football field at all. But one thing when you're playing like during a snap, but one thing you do hear is when you miss a tackle, you hear a oh, and I still remember when I missed that tackle against Brian Leonard. It was like oh, man, you suck, Jay. So it happens. You do hear that. So yeah.
Who was the ultimate trash talker to you on the field?
Probably Britt Miller next to me. He was talking so much trash that it was going through. Linemen are always funny because I always tell linemen, if you weren't an offensive lineman, look at you. What would you be doing? I hope you make it in life. I hope you make it to the league.
You make it in life.
It's a tough life out there, guys.
It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
That's it. Hey, I want to confirm, just went all the way back. The last time Illinois football beat a non-conference road team, Power 5 on the road, was Syracuse in 2007.
Wow.
There it is. Wow.
So it has been, what is that, 18 years?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
18
couple
years
decades.
since we've won a road non-conference Power 5 game. So just win. I don't care if you win by 1 or 50.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be nice to win by 50. But literally just win the game, come back, and let's get this season rolling. Because this is really that first test. This is that first game that you're like, if I'm looking at a handful of toss-ups that we just didn't know about this team coming in, the other team's also kind of unknown, but it should be a good match.
I think there's 3 toss-ups in September. It's this game, it's Indiana, and it's USC.
Yeah.
Everybody's sleeping on USC because they had a bad – they still got tons of athletes. Of course, put up 70 against Missouri State or something, but they got athletes. So if you lose this game, you're like, ugh. Man, you have 2 or 3 losses in September. If you win this game, you're like, all right, we got this. Yeah. So I'm not saying, and I've said this from the beginning, you could be 3-3 at the end of 6 games. You could be 2-4 and not have that bad a football team. You could be 5-1 and be a really good football team.
Yeah.
Although I don't think Ohio State's as good as everybody says they are.
Right.
But I do think that the schedule is challenging on the front end.
So coming into this week, Duke, what would you like to see from Illinois' offense, from their defense? What do you think is going to give you confidence coming into this weekend that you'd like to see successful?
Well, I want to run the ball at will.
Yeah.
I don't think that's been what we've seen in most games under Brett Bielema. There was a time with Chase Brown, it was like that, but even that, we were mid-Big Ten in rushing at that point.
Yeah.
We ran the ball at will the last 2 regular season games of the year, especially against Northwestern. We ran the ball when we needed to against a good SEC defense in South Carolina in the bowl game to finish out that game. I'm really looking for this triple-headed monster in this veteran offensive line, and you have some legitimate passing threats. It's not like you can only run the football.
Yeah.
Can we run the football? Can we put 150, 200 yards on the ground against a Duke defense that really thrives on getting you off schedule? Meaning they're going to try to get a negative play on 1st and 2nd down to try to get you off of your script. So now you're 3rd and 12, and they know you're in an obvious passing situation. Do I think that Aiden Lawfrey looks like his best version? Yes, able to finish runs. Khalil Valentine popped to me. He moves at a different gear than other guys on the field. I think him, Beatty, and Bowick look like they were playing at different speeds than everybody else on that field. I think Valentine may get more carries than you think because he has a different gear to him. Caden Fagan, you know what you're getting with him, and it's good. It's a totally big changeup. It's a big changeup because he's big. He runs hard. And so I want to see us run the ball. If we run the ball, you stay on schedule. When you run the ball, it does two things. One, you control the clock. That's obvious. Time of possession. Number two is you tend to have less penalties when you run the football. Less penalties and less turnovers because the quarterback and the offensive line will have more turnovers with false starts and holding in passing situations to get back in, to protect. They try to jump the snap count or they're holding. And the quarterback is the most prone to turnovers because he's holding the ball in a vulnerable position. He's going to fumble the most. And obviously, if you put pressure on him, he's going to turn the ball over. So if you can run the football, your margin for error, your amount of errors that you have in the game will usually go down.
Yeah. Did you take a deep breath when Melvin Priestley went off the field?
Oh, gosh.
First series?
I was joking. It's kind of like the old DB that got beat, deep. He pulled his hamstring and then he's back out like 2 plays later.
Yeah.
I was like, man, it looked horrible. Like he had no weight on his knee.
Yeah.
1 play later, he's back out there.
Back out
Not
there.
even limping. I was like, man, that'd be really brutal to lose your starting right tackle the first series of the first game.
Yeah.
Of the 2025 season.
It was the old Paul Pierce in a wheelchair moment. It's just
Super Gatorade. It's really the Super Gatorade on the sidelines that they've got now. It's different.
Just kind of like, and maybe he was hurt that much, or maybe he just wanted to give us all a scare, like, oh my gosh, Melvin Priestley's gone. Right?
Let's get him ready. Yeah.
Anyway.
The offensive line was fun. J.C. Davis is just obviously just such an anchor.
Sure.
Aiden Lawfrey's first touchdown run, I believe, in the second quarter. Dude, his guy came around the outside, and he just grabbed him with one arm and just tossed him.
Right.
I mean, literally just tossed him 5 yards down the field. So that's fun. Right guard is a little bit of a concern.
Well, yeah, we didn't have Brandon Henderson start because he missed a meeting or something.
Something like that.
And then so Brandon Hansen started
the game, yeah.
And so that's been the position that's kind of been a little bit of a revolving door. Zy Chrysler, I think, lost that job to Brandon Henderson.
Yeah.
You'd feel like that's the one spot where you're like, oh, we saw Des Schuster kind of be the guy that comes in for Melvin Priestley as maybe the first sub for either tackle.
Yeah.
So, but you still got all veterans across. I mean, I remember there was a day when we had all freshmen and sophomores starting the offensive line. Like, it'll be good in 2 or 3 years. I mean, you can say that with you can say that with transfer portal now.
Yeah.
I mean, what I like there's been years, and you guys know this through watching Illinois football. There's not many years where you look across the board and most of your starters are juniors and seniors.
Yeah.
Especially on the offensive and defensive line.
Yep.
You look at linebacker, Rosiak is a senior, Malachi Hood's a junior, Cox is either a junior or senior, and Caleb Patterson's a junior or senior.
Yeah.
Bailey,
even more
Miles
so,
Scott, right?
They've been here all their years.
They've been here, and then we got experience, and you feel like they've got experience in this system.
Yep.
And so you feel like you have a real veteran team, which is kind of an anomaly. It's kind of like those teams. Remember when FAU made a Final Four run like 2 or 3 years ago with Dusty May?
Yeah.
They had like 4 guys that stayed the whole time, and so they were playing together.
Yeah.
And I feel like Illinois could have that, but we just don't know anything from these games.
Yeah.
Because you're like, it's not good enough competition.
Well, to that point, we go full circle back to the upcoming Duke game this weekend. And I did see about a half of their game from the other day. And what got my attention was Twitter was like, oh, my God, they look so bad, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, I have to see what's happening against the Fighting Elons then. What's going on here?
Yeah.
And Big Def also just made a point on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. He says, I love catching Duke this early. I would agree with that because I think you look at a new system with Diaz, you're just going to – it's like anything. We're football guys. We talk repetition and things like that and learning a new system, and it just comes a little bit easier over time. So I think a couple weeks into it, there's things that you could see on tape from their performance against Elon that, in particular, with the front four of the Illini's pass rush could be exposed on this weekend's Game 2 schedule.
Well, I think Gabe Akis has to be – he is a game wrecker.
Oh,
I think you –
phenomenal.
I mean, you – I don't necessarily measure defensive linemen based on stats. He's got stats, but it's more just disruption.
Disruption, yep.
Right? And sometimes you're not going to see – you might have a pressure. You might not – but it causes a turnover. Or you have to get double-teamed, or somebody's got to come chip you instead of chipping James Thompson or Alec Bryant, whoever it may be. And so I think there's definitely – this is a time for the defensive line to really rise up in the front seven. To go, we talked about this. Can the defense take the next step and win a game for you.
Yep.
Hopefully it doesn't come down to that. Hopefully your offense can be more physical. I think if you took these two teams and asked somebody who was a non-fan of either program, and you asked somebody at, Texas, hey, who's a more physical team? I think most people would say Illinois is probably the more physical team.
Yeah.
But I think you would say, hey, anything can happen with that quarterback over there who's slinging everything over there for Duke, and Manny can create some chaos on defense. So it can go either way.
Yeah. Now, this is Manny Diaz's second year there.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a brand new system that they're all trying to figure out. He's been there for a year. They went 9-3. 9-4 last year, something like that. So you said this during the break, man. He's got the kitchen sink that he'll throw at you in so many different looks and so many different variations. He's a good coach.
He's a really good coach. He's been a head coach at Miami, was a good coordinator for 1 year or 2 years, I believe, at Penn State.
Yeah.
And, did a good job at Penn State, got a full-time job at Duke again after his time where he was at Miami. I think when you look at Manny Diaz's defenses, he is going to try to live and die by the sword as far as a lot of pressures.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of pressures on pass plays, a lot of pressures on run plays. He's going to try to get negative plays and get 1 or 2 negative plays a drive to get you off schedule and say, okay, now we know you're going to throw the ball. We're going to heat you up. Can you convert? And I think that's where I feel good. You have the veteran offensive line and a veteran quarterback that can get you through that. They will get their fair share of plays, but they're also going to give their fair share of big plays.
Yeah. I think one thing that I'm excited to see or interested to see, and we'll talk about this throughout the week. We've got a lot of time to really break this game down. But as I went back and watched that Duke and Elon game, obviously Mensah, the quarterback's got a ton of talent. He led whatever conference, the American Conference.
Tulane American, yeah.
Yeah, he led the conference in completion percentage last year. Like, he can do it. But what I did notice in watching that game is when Elon brought pressure, that sounds so weird saying Elon.
Where is Elon?
I don't even know.
North Carolina somewhere?
Outer space, my friend.
East Coast.
In a Tesla.
Somewhere near Mars in a Tesla, yes.
So when they brought pressure, he struggled. When they let him just kind of sit back in the pocket and they dropped into coverage, he picked them apart. Now, the problem with Elon is that they had to bring a bunch of extra guys to bring pressure, and then they had the athletes on the outside that they could whatever. Can Illinois get home with their four?
Yeah, I think that's the question.
That's the question.
And it's got to be from somebody other than Gabe, too.
Yep.
Can Tummiwa win in the interior and get a rush? Can Alec Bryant or Joe Bona or a guy who I like the way he looked, Daniel Brown, who's healthy this year, coming off the edge, make some plays? Do you get away with saying, hey, we're going to man up so we can bring a backer like Malachi Hood or Rosiak up the middle to get a little pressure? Do you believe you can do that? I would say it's also different playing in the American League. Not baseball. The American Conference.
Also different
than it is they playing in the ACC or the Big Ten. Like, you can see quarterbacks just put up buku numbers in those leagues.
Yep.
And they go to maybe a little bit better conference or league, and it's a different ballgame. So I'm not saying he's a bad player. I think he's a good player, but can he do it at the highest level under duress? I think that's what separates the good from the great.
Speaking of doing things at the highest level and under duress, it's ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive, and we can't do this, Jay, without our fine sponsors.
That's right. CEFQ is our title sponsor for the second year in a row, guys. They are not a bank. They are better. CEFQ.com. Auto, home, and commercial loans. Also, they have savings accounts, checking accounts, whatever you need. They're building a brick-and-mortar location here in Champaign that should be completed very soon. A&R Mechanical, 100 years here in Champaign County. They were started in Urbana in 1925, and since then have helped out with iconic structures on campus and all over Champaign. You talk about the guts of a building, the HVAC, the mechanicals, the plumbing. That's what A&R Mechanical does. Design, build, maintain. A&R Mechanical turned 100 years old this year. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, home of the free 10-year protection plan. When you shop Dick Van Dyke, you get the whole store. I think that means you get all the appliances you want and all the service you want. Long Branch Steakhouse, folks, great ribeyes. Dunn does a phenomenal job there, but please do not forget the fried pickles or the fried mushrooms. Some of their appetizers are some of the best apps in Champaign County, located in downtown, beautiful, eclectic downtown Gifford. You got to check it out. and Trinity Home Medical Equipment, trinityhme.com for glucose monitoring systems. Thank you guys for making this possible to be with Evan and Curtis here on Mondays. Today it's Tuesday, but usually Mondays for The Drive.
It is ESPN Radio 93.5 The Drive. It is the Jay Lehman Hour. We have to take a very, very quick break, but we're going to wrap up the hour. I want to get into some of the other Big Ten games that happened over the weekend, Jay. What you saw, maybe thought about Ohio State and Texas in particular, which was the big one on Saturday morning. So we'll get into that next. It is The Drive.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
At F&B Wealth Management, it's not just about numbers, it's about people and communities. Hi, I'm Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank and F&B Wealth Management. Our team is united by a shared passion for helping you achieve your financial goals. We are equipped and eager to work together to craft personalized financial solutions just for you, including retirement planning, risk management through life insurance, long-term care insurance planning, and investment advisory services. Together, we will celebrate milestones, navigate life's transitions, and build a financial future that reflects your values. Experience the difference of a team that truly cares. Visit investwithfnb.com to learn more about dedicated advisors and start your journey toward a financial confidence today.
F&B Wealth Management is a division of Fisher National Bank. F&B securities are not insured by the FDIC, not a deposit or other obligation of or guaranteed by the depository institution, subject to investment risks, including possible loss of the principal amount invested. Securities, insurance, and investment advisory services are offered through Midwestern Securities Trading Company, LLC, MSTC, member FINRA, SIPC, MSTC, and F&B are not affiliated.
F&B Wealth Management, supporting exceptional communities full of exceptional people.
Get ready for a bat-tastic day in Urbana. It's the Urbana Park District's second annual Central Illinois Bat Fest, happening Saturday, September 6th. Join them at the Anita Purvis Nature Center from 1 to 4:30 p.m. for a free, family-friendly afternoon all about one of nature's most fascinating creatures, bats. They have hands-on kid activities, live expert talks, exhibitor tables, and yes, food trucks to keep you fueled. Then, as the sun starts to set, head over to the lake house at Crystal Lake Park at 5:30 p.m. to look for bats in the wild. It'll be a fun day for the whole family. And best of all, no registration required. Questions? Call 217-384-4062 or visit urbanaparks.org. Central Illinois Bat Fest, September 6th with the Urbana Park District.
Tim Onstad, Gelforex Trucking, and Dedicated Diesel.
Yeah, we're really just kind of getting going and feeling out when that corn and beans are going to start turning and when we're going to start hauling grains for Gale and some farmers around. Had one call yesterday, make sure he was on the list and set up. We're going to bring in probably 3 to 5 good drivers or young guys that want to learn part of the trucking business and get them started in the field where they're not out on their own somewhere. And we'll be hauling grain, looking probably, like I said, 3 to 5 good people that want to haul some grain, not just young, experienced. If somebody's semi-retired, they want to get into that a little bit, we're good with that too. It works out for a good atmosphere and good overall employee satisfaction.
How can we reach you, sir?
Get me on email at timo@gftlog.com. Call the office at 765-793-7131. Give me a holler. We'll get you going and get things happening.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
It is The Drive on ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That's Evan Stone. It is the Jay Lehman Hour. We normally do this on Mondays after Illini football games. Doing it today. Yesterday was Labor Day. Hope everybody had a wonderful Labor Day. Some teams did not have wonderful Labor Day weekends, like Texas.
No,
that was not a good one for them.
Arch Manning didn't have a good day either.
No,
I've been saying.
Yes, you are 1 for 1 so far, sir. On the
you
Arch
said
Manning.
he was overhyped.
I just said I don't see anything so far to believe that we should be anointing him as the next man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I didn't disagree.
I'm just saying. I've been saying.
But when you went off on your rant last week, no, it wasn't really a rant.
It wasn't a rant.
I thought you were a little harsh on him.
It was it. Hey, Jay, I got a question for you. Who's the best team in college football, and why is Illinois winning the national championship?
Oh wow, boy, week 1 predictions. I know who it's not.
Man of the people.
I know it's not Alabama.
Oh,
Kalen DeBoer might be out of Tuscaloosa by the end of the year if they don't get better.
Jeez.
What's interesting to me is I actually don't think Ohio State's like what they were last year. They would have had all these senior defensive and offensive linemen.
Yep.
They basically just have none of that. They have some really good skill players. They have a freshman quarterback. I don't think they'll run the table and be undefeated in the Big Ten. I probably would say Penn State and Oregon probably are in that area where you think they have the talent to do it, but they usually have one hiccup game a year.
Yeah.
Texas doesn't look like it yet. Georgia, always solid. LSU won a game against Clemson, but I'm not really scared with their quarterback play or offense, and Brian Kelly doesn't really scare you. Notre Dame gets beat by Miami. Miami just seems so fluky anyway, too. It just seems like just so –
Dude.
They're just like fluke city. So everybody – I'm not like blowing – I think the parity in college football is better than it's ever been. There was a couple years there when we had 4-team college football playoff. It was the same 4 teams every year. It was like Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Clemson for years.
For years. And that was it, yeah.
Then they had some Florida State in there every once in a while. You might have a Washington that got in there every once in a while. That was it.
Yeah.
And now you feel like, man, I don't know if it's NIL or what, but there's a lot more parity across the board.
Well, maybe this is a can of worms, but, a few months back when Bielema makes the statement how he's kind of poking the bear with the SEC, it's kind of amazing how things have leveled out now with the NIL and the transfer portal.
I'll read between the lines. Now, I'll be clear. Brett didn't say this, but I'm saying this is like, hey, now that we can all pay people above the table instead of below the table, it got really even really quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
And certainly happened with Michigan quickly, although they might have had some help stealing some signs. Ohio State has always been on the verge of being in games close to winning national titles. I think what's been interesting is the Saban effect, how much that helped Alabama from a coaching perspective and from like an intimidation perspective. I feel like that they were able to just always be that team that you knew you had to be. I mean, he lost like 4 unranked teams in his career.
Yeah. And 17 years or something like that.
DeBoer's already lost to 4 unranked teams. So you're like, ugh. So I think Kirby Smart is always solid at Georgia too, but they've struggled to really get a great quarterback.
Yeah.
They really haven't won with a great quarterback. They've won with average quarterback. And
Right.
Bennett was average, but they had great defense and guys around him. So
yeah.
all these things I can go on and on about.
Yeah. I always say you don't want to be the guy that follows the guy. So Kalen DeBoer, and as I sit in Derek Piper's seat, you never want to be the guy that follows the guy. And Kalen DeBoer is going to be out of a job soon. Hopefully I can stick longer than he will. But I think there's a lot of teams in that top 10 that I'm just not really scared of.
We're not scared of it. I think if Illinois wins, they'll be in that top 10.
Yes.
So would we be scared of Illinois if they're in the top 10?
I would. They're the best team in the nation. Let me throw this out. So
going for my title of man of the people here,
when we were going into the season, it seemed like pretty much across the board ish. Penn State was kind of the chosen preseason title favorite for the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Anything to persuade you of that? For it, against it, or do you think it's still too early to tell?
Well,
obviously,
I've never thought that Drew Aller is amazing, but I do think he's a top 3 like Big Ten quarterback.
Yeah.
I think they've got a run game that's always been legit as long as those guys are there. And you got Andy Kotelnicki, the Kansas guy who came over last year, then Jim Knowles. So you got arguably 2 of the hottest coordinators in the game. You got Jim Knowles on defense, who they stole from Ohio State.
Yep.
They went to Kansas and said, well, we really like what Kotelnicki was doing over at Kansas in 2023 when they boat raced Illinois over there in a Power 5 road game.
Yeah.
So we were like what he's doing, so let's get him over there. He's super creative. Do you have Tyler Warren? No. Do you have guys on the edge that will help you? Maybe. I don't know. I think they're better than Ohio State. They got to beat Oregon though.
All right, Jay, we got about a minute left in the hour for you. So real quick, if you can, prediction for Illinois and Duke on Saturday.
Yeah, I think it's going to be probably lower scoring than people would probably imagine. I think it's probably going to be a 24-17 game, Illinois.
There we go. All
Let's
right.
go.
The Jay Lehman Hour. We do this every week here on ESPN Radio 93.5 The Drive, man. Always a pleasure to have you in the studio with us. It just flew by. We talked so much about week one and got into some of the national stuff as well, so appreciate you.
We will know a lot more next week. Next Monday, we'll have a great time.
I was about to say, we're going to be able to talk about so much more next Monday, just a real opponent. Well, no shade to Leathernecks, but
they were Joe Davis, their play-by-play man, was your cousin, by the way, was very nice to us.
Yeah,
distant cousin, but he doesn't know
BJ
it, right?
Stone.
Yeah, he was very nice.
BJ Stone is a distant cousin to you?
Well, we got the same last name.
Oh yeah, Stone's not that
somehow. We're around there, aren't
right.
we all?
We are. Jay, thank you, sir. We got to jump into news. It is The Drive.
The president says the people have to be protected. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. His basis for sending federal forces into 2 more cities as part of a crime crackdown that started in D.C.
President Trump says he has made up his mind about a federal intervention in Chicago.
Well, we're going in. I didn't say when. We're going in.
President Trump says he'd prefer the governor of Illinois, a Democrat, to request the National Guard to deploy in Chicago.
This isn't a political thing. I have an obligation.
Governor J.B. Pritzker has rejected calls for a federal surge. President Trump has also described Baltimore as a hellhole, threatening federal intervention there as well.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Washington, D.C.'s Democratic mayor just announcing a pathway forward beyond the current 30-day presidential emergency. Mayor Bowser issuing an order aimed at ensuring coordination with federal law enforcement. President Trump announcing a U.S. strike on a drug boat in the Caribbean.
We have a lot of drugs pouring into our country, coming in for a long time.
Secretary of State Rubio says the vessel was operated by a designated narco-terrorist organization. This after a recent U.S. naval buildup off Venezuela, where the leader has criticized it. Just over a year since a sniper's assassination attempt during a Trump rally in Pennsylvania, an internal watchdog report finds the Secret Service faces a chronic understaffing of its counter-sniper teams.
The Inspector General says Secret Service does not have an effective process to hire counter snipers, while demand for them has increased 151% since the year 2000. Among the recommendations, our Secret Service should look at recruiting counter snipers from other law enforcement agencies or from military services.
Fox's Mike Manuel, the Secret Service, says significant progress has already been made toward recruitment and retention of highly trained personnel. America is listening to Fox News.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever, best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
A Houston man is charged with murder after a young boy is killed during a prank gone wrong.
42-year-old Gonzalo Leon Jr. booked in the Harris County Jail in connection with the Saturday night shooting of an 11-year-old boy identified as Julian Guzman. Houston police say officers were told that the boy was ringing doorbells of homes in the area and running away. Explaining a witness saw him running from a house after ringing the doorbell just prior to suffering a gunshot wound. The child was taken to the hospital but died from his injuries.
Fox's Christian Goodwin, investigators identifying Leon as the suspect and taking him into custody. The U.S. Space Command headquarters moving from Colorado to Alabama.
You can't win the battle of the future unless you control the skies.
Vice President J.D. Vance.
The cyber security, the communications, the entire infrastructure of the battle in the 21st century will be in space. So it was a visionary move in the first administration for the president to set up Space Force, and I think an equally visionary visionary move to make sure the Space Force is right where it should be in Huntsville, Alabama.
And President Trump reversing a Biden administration decision not to relocate. Colorado's governor calls moving the wrong decision and says it will weaken readiness and uproot military families. Paramount is bringing Call of Duty to the big screen.
The studio has struck a deal with video game publisher Activision to develop, produce, and distribute the live-action feature film based on the blockbuster franchise. Sources say the deal centers on one movie, but leaves the door open for future film and TV projects set in the Call of Duty universe. The game series, which launched in 2003, is known for its first-person shooter military campaigns and iconic sub-series like Black Ops and Modern Warfare. To date, the franchise has sold 500 million copies worldwide and generated $30 billion in revenue.
Fox's Michelle Polino. An anxious start to September on Wall Street. The Dow dropping 249, but finishing off session lows. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Team, it's back to school time, but for us at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, class is always in session when it comes to taking care of our customers.
Yeah!
So what's the most important thing we've learned?
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, we guarantee the best deal.
Right, and you can't have the best deal without what, Jeff?
The best service.
You got it, and to have the best service, you have to have what? Sean, in the back.
A service department.
Yes. Guys, if you sell appliances, you have to fix appliances. We take care of our customers after the sale with top-rated service technicians. That's what our customers get at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Top-rated service after the sale. Okay, you have your hand up. You don't work here, sir, but you do look familiar.
I work in sales at the appliance store down the street. We don't have service, and I was wondering if you were hiring.
Nasal voice guy, you're in. Come on down.
Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
The Champaign Parks Foundation, with support from GHR Engineers, Christie Clinic Illinois Race Weekend, and Lynn Ryle, invites you to join them for their third annual Ties and Tinnies Gala on Thursday, September 4th at the iHotel. This year's event is headlined by Fighting Illini women's basketball coach Shauna Green. Attendees can also expect drinks, a plated dinner, a silent auction, and more. Help the Champaign Parks Foundation reach its fundraising goal of $125,000. Get more details now at champaignparks.org.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
Urbana's Market at the Square is huge on Saturday mornings from 7 a.m. to noon, rain or shine at Illinois and Vine. For 6 weeks, we now welcome Urbana's Night Market at the Square from 6 to 9 on Thursday evenings. A vibrant, unique evening experience with food trucks, live music and painting, art and maker vendors. Bring your chairs and blankets and have some fun. At Urbana's Night Market at the Square, Thursday evenings from 6 to 9.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. Evan Stone with me as well. And we've been having some fun today. It is a loaded show. We just wrapped up the Jay Lehman Hour. And now, so happy to have on the phone with us the head coach of the women's Fighting Illini basketball team, Shauna Green. Shauna, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing all right.
Coach Green, let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, what a fun, full show we've got.
This is awesome.
And if you have been listening to 93.5 at all over the last few weeks, you've heard about Ties and Tinnies. You are the special guest this year for Ties and Tinnies. For folks that aren't familiar, Can you tell us a little bit about the event and how you got involved, and just kind of lay it out there for us?
Yeah, no, they had reached out a while ago and asked if I would, be interested in speaking at it and being involved. And obviously, I want to do anything for our community that we possibly can, especially something, as important as our parks and rec and where we can get all of our kids involved. And this is going to raise funds for scholarships for kids, which is unbelievable, with a goal this year of $125,000. So just really excited. The event will be a dinner and a live auction, silent auction. You gotta listen to me talk for a little bit, so that's probably going to be the most boring thing of the night. But otherwise, just a really great event that I'm just excited to be a part of and try to help our community in any way that I possibly can.
Well, I'm going to back up for a second and let you know that you are not boring to listen to. I know this from experience. I got to take my kiddos to a couple of women's games this past season, and I got to say it was one of the most fun atmospheres we've ever been a part of. It's just done right with women's hoops with the University of Illinois.
Thank you.
And you talked after both games and made sure to make it a point that kiddos could come down and meet the players and get autographs. So I know from listening to you that you are not boring whatsoever, Shauna.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And I just want to, I love this culture that we seem to have. I don't know if it's Josh Whitman that has kind of blended it all together, but each of our head coaches, it feels like, sees the importance of connecting their programs with the community to uplift the community around them. Can you just speak to the importance of that and why that matters?
Yeah, I mean, I think number one, it does start with Josh because of the people that he hires, right? The people here and that work here and coach here, everything matters to us. And obviously, we're very focused in on our jobs and trying to be the best versions of ourselves and win a lot of games, but it's bigger than that. And when we say family at Illinois, it really does mean family. And we need everyone in order to have success. And the platform that we're blessed to be on and do what we do. We all want to give back in any way that we can, and especially things that maybe, hit home a little bit more for each individual. So that's one thing I'm really proud of all the head coaches here really do care about the community and the kids in the community. And you see that from their involvement, from just everything that they're doing. It's the same thing when I got the job. I said, we're going to need our community in order to get this program to be a consistent top 25 program. And that doesn't just mean, okay, yes, I'm asking for them to come to games. Well, I need to get out and I need to develop and cultivate a lot of those relationships as well. So it's a two-way street.
Yeah, that's really good. Now, the number one fear in all humans is death. The number two fear in all humans is public speaking. Do you have that, or are you've set for Thursday?
Wait a minute, don't scare her. Come on.
I'm just saying, a lot of people are scared of public speaking. You're in a very public role, but that's not the same as standing up on a platform and giving a speech. So you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. It's something that I enjoy doing it, and I've done it a lot where I have some good experience with it. So yeah, I'm ready, and no, I'm not scared. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
You don't strike me as someone who rattles easily, Shauna. Maybe that's the coaching persona. Can we talk a little bit about hoops and the off season for you so far, and where are you right now with the program and looking ahead to the 2025-2026 season?
Yeah, I just actually ran up from downstairs. We were on the court we just started last week workouts, but this was our first team practice that we've had since the summer ended. So it was great to be back on the court with our team, and obviously a lot of new faces with graduating 5 seniors last year and 5 of our core players that had been there here the last 3 years. But I could not be more excited about this group. They're young, they're talented, they're hungry. They're so eager to learn every little thing. And they're just, sometimes when you're young, they don't even know what they don't know yet. So it's just been a real fun group to work with. And yeah, it's a process and they need to gain experience, but really, really excited.
It is ESPN Radio 93.5 The Drive. If you're just joining us, the Fighting Illini women's basketball coach, Shauna Green, on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World hotline with us right now. And she's going to be the host and guest of honor as a part of the 3rd annual Ties and Tinnies Gala that's happening this Thursday night at the I Hotel in Champaign. And, of course, all the money raised from the evening, it all goes towards the the Champaign Park District, excuse me. And there's a lot of other great events going on along with it. My good friend Miss Maggie Baker's going to be there emceeing and DJing. I don't know if you've met her before, Shauna, but make sure you at least make one or two requests when you see Maggie on Thursday.
Will.
Maggie she'll take good care of you. But there's a lot going on, and man, it's so good to talk to you about this. Are there any other things you've got coming down the pike after this? What's your month look like for you? Because you're taking time out to do this.
This month is pretty crazy. Obviously, got all of our kids back, and started school last week, and had individual workouts that are lifting 4 times a week, and now September 24th we go into our official practice. So that's only a couple weeks away where we get into our 20-hour weeks. Obviously, I have ties and tennies on Thursday. Then I'm speaking at 5 Things, which I'm really excited about as well. That's going to be held at State Farm Center on the September 18th. So it's going to be fun to speak at 2, really big events in our community, and again to support, and support the causes. So September's crazy, and then it doesn't get any less crazy from there until season's done. So it's officially our busy time.
Yeah. So I just saw this is interesting. I don't think I really understood this or recognized this. Coach Green, you have the best winning percentage of all time 2 years into Illinois women's basketball program, coaching history, but also you have the best winning percentage of all coaches who have a birthday on Halloween. What does that mean to you?
I was waiting to see where you're going.
I'll tell you what, my best friend growing up had a Halloween birthday, and it was a blast. It was so much fun.
Well, I'm glad that I hold a record in something. So
I
do have that going for me. I have the best percentage for that birthday. But no, it's always been fun as a kid when your birthday was on Halloween, because you knew people were always going to be doing something for your birthday. So we would always, have a birthday party, then go trick or treating. And as you get older, it's a little bit different. But no, it's always a good time. And I've heard many jokes about my birthday being on Halloween. So, but no.
Well, first of all, that's my favorite holiday. So I think this is even great. I think even more highly of you now. And second, I'd go ahead and make another joke and ask, did you ever lean into a little bit? We're like, you know what? It's my birthday. Can I get a second full-size Snickers bar? Is that something we could do here?
I never did that as a kid. I wasn't that smart, I guess, to take advantage of it. I wish I could go back in time and do that again. But no, I should have.
You know what? See, my birthday is the day after Christmas, and I knew all the kids would be gone when it was my birthday. So a little bit on the different side.
That had to be tough for you.
I'm going to lay on this couch over here in a little bit and talk to Curtis for a little bit.
Yeah, we have a very nice couch in the studio.
I do. So I'm friends with KB, Kendall Bostic, the greatest rebounder in Illinois athletics history. And she wanted me to ask you, what's it like without all the old girls on the team this year?
I miss them. I'll tell you that much. I miss. It's weird. I'm getting used to it now, but it was really weird that first, really a couple months, just even couple, month or so of practice and not seeing them there every day, because since I've been at Illinois, that's like all I've known, right? And and they were just an unbelievable group of people, and absolutely loved the time that we all spent together. But it's a little bit different now, not having all the we don't have one person on our team right now. Actually, one that's 21. So everyone, we're so young, and we have to be one of the youngest, teams in the country for sure. Where last year we had 23, 22. I mean, multiple, like she says, old people on the team. I wish that was, I was 23 and considered old, but so
God, me too.
It's been different. Every season is a little bit different. Obviously, we had to modify some things with some of the older guys, just because of their legs and the miles that they've had on, their bodies. But we're also, you got to be smart with all these kids now, because they're literally playing basketball, pretty much year round, and you don't want to get any overuse injuries. So we do have to be smart and really plan accordingly.
So when you lose some leaders like that, whether it's the girls that kind of walked out of the locker room in this spring, what does that do for you as a coach when you now have an exciting, a talented, but kind of an inexperienced group? When you're trying to teach leadership and accountability, does that change how you kind of walk into a season?
It's just, I would equate it similar to when we took over the program, really trying to instill your culture and the values and the standards of how we do things. And so it's a lot of teaching. It's a lot of reminding them of every detail and then holding them accountable for it. So this group, though, I love it because they're, like I said, they're hungry, they're coachable, they listen, and they want to soak everything in. They're little sponges. So it's just, all of us, myself and our staff, again, just really, you can't assume that they know anything. You just got to completely, really just instill the traits and the characteristics of our culture daily. And it's a lot of repeating. It's sometimes, it's some tedious stuff, but I just, you got to be patient and you have to make sure you're teaching, because if the foundation's not laid right, then we can't build what we want to build. So just really just going back and trying to, again, get them to understand how we do things and what it looks like, what it feels like on a day-to-day basis to be elite.
Well, Shauna, we can't thank you enough for your time. And if you are listening to this conversation right now, and I know you are, if you're listening to The Drive, make sure you come out and see her this Thursday night, Ties and Tinnies 2025, the third annual Ties and Tinnies Gala with Illini women's basketball coach Shauna Green as the guest of honor. It is all a great fundraiser for the Champaign Parks Foundation, a fundraiser for scholarships. It all kicks off at 5 o'clock. And you can check out the full list of all the events happening by going to steviej.com, also by going to champaignparks.org, and just keep listening to ESPN 93.5. So, Shauna, thank you so much for your time. I hope we get to talk to you again soon before the season kicks off, and wish you the best of luck with a crazy September.
Oh, thank you guys for having me on. And, yeah, hopefully everyone gets out Thursday night and heads to the event. Would love to see you there and come out to support, but appreciate you guys.
You got it. And also, hey, go buy some tickets for women's basketball this year. The Illini women do it right for families.
Yep.
You will have a great time at State Farm Center. I promise you that. My family has a couple of times last year. Looking forward to it again this year. So, Shauna, thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon, all right?
Thank you.
And that is the great Shauna Green, the head coach for the Fighting Illini women's basketball team. Once again, going to be the guest of honor and special host as a part of Ties and Tinnies. The gala is a fundraiser for scholarships with the Champaign Parks Foundation this Thursday night at the iHotel. It all kicks off at 5 o'clock. Get your tickets. It's going to be a great, great time.
She's awesome.
She's pretty cool. Pretty cool conversation.
And a great coach.
Yeah.
I mean, the turnaround that she stepped into and did with that, Fighting Illini women's basketball program is pretty unbelievable. And then just knowing people around the program who then know her personally, like she's the real deal.
Yeah.
Like she knows what she's doing and she knows basketball.
She does, and she touched on the culture that has really started with Josh Whitman. I mean, what a great time to be an Illini sports fan when you look at the coaches that have been brought in, and how well the programs are doing. It's a really, really fun time. Well, I know we're full on in football mode right now, and but man, when you just kind of look at the landscape of Illini athletics, it's great. And Shauna, like you said, great person. Can't wait for Thursday night. And again, if you want to get some tickets for Ties and Tinnies, I encourage you to check out steviej.com. You can also go to champaignparks.org. And also, if you make it out there, make sure you say hi to my girl Maggie Baker DJing. Okay, Maggie Baker. There's a free plug for you, Mags.
Yeah, there
you
go.
She doesn't
Maggie.
need one. She's out. How do I put it? I don't want to say she's stealing my business, but her and I both DJ on the side. And you know what? All of a sudden, it's like, hey, man, I could have. No, I'm kidding I'm kidding. She's great. Mags is great.
Great.
217. Yeah, did I say great a lot?
She's great.
She's great.
That's
we
what
need
I got.
a little. You know what we need? We need a little bell for ding anytime someone says great.
Yeah, I got in trouble because I said that word too much in the delivery room.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to be encouraging. I was like, you're doing great. You're doing great. You are great. You're doing great.
You know what? There is something, though, about someone being overly positive when you know what a situation is kind of
thing. It wasn't just that I was overly positive, is that I wasn't creative enough to be overly positive in different ways. And my wife at one point grabbed me and said, if you say the word great one more time. Then I said, oh, okay. You're doing awesome. You're so awesome. You're awesome.
You're the best,
I was
babe.
stressed, all right? It's a stressful moment. I didn't know what to do.
Can we give her some morphine, something to get her to calm down so she'll quit choking me? Something to get her to relax, please.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
something for me to relax.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was the idiot in that moment. She was the champ.
We've got, we're going to switch gears. We've talked a lot of football. We have talked basketball with Shauna, which was great. We'll do a little bit of baseball because couple of teams we talk about on the regular here. The Cubs and Cards. They had busy Labor Day weekend, sir. So we'll get into that a little bit. Plus, where does Illinois, the actual state of Illinois, stand in the world of supporting our teams, of being the best sports fans?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I want you to think about that.
Okay.
Because as always, as the nerd that I am, every once in a while I find some really stupid studies. And I found one. I shouldn't call it stupid, with the respect to those that did it, but I found one that says
millions of dollars went into this study
to determine where we rank as far as sports fans. And I think you might be surprised. You might even be a little upset by it, sir.
Oh.
I'll get your reaction. We'll do that.
Okay.
We'll do that later on in the hour. We'll talk Cubs Cards next. It is The Drive.
Got a plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, or sewer problem? Look no further than Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. Locally owned and trusted, Fred's team of professionals is ready to tackle projects both big and small. Why waste time and money on complicated DIY fixes? Fred's experienced team will get the job done right, saving you time, stress, and cash. And when it comes to sewer problems, make sure you call Fred's for a second opinion you can trust. At Fred's, they do it all. No project too big, no project too small. They do insulation, repairs, replacement, and maintenance. And they now offer service agreements. For reliable service, professional expertise, and solutions that work, call Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric today. 217-586-3863. Or go to fredscu.com. You can always trust Fred's.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Trinity Home Medical in Central Illinois has you covered. For 22 years, they've been your trusted source for medical support. Now they're excited to offer continuous glucose monitors. No more finger sticks. Get real-time glucose readings to avoid dangerous spikes and crashes. Most insulin-dependent diabetics qualify through insurance, and they handle everything: insurance processing, delivery, education, and support. Call Trinity Home Medical today at 877-663-0202 or visit trinityhme.com.
In 1925, a small plumbing company began its journey in Urbana, Illinois. Over the decades, the business grew thanks to hard work and great people. In 1966, things changed when Dave Reichard, a veteran, met veteran Ken Asklin, who was an architectural engineering grad from Illinois. The two realized their shared vision for excellence. Their partnership took root, and in 1975, the name changed to A&R Mechanical. With Dave as president and Ken as vice president, A&R Mechanical expanded services, becoming the go-to full-service contractor for all of Central Illinois. A&R went from a plumbing-only contractor to a full-service mechanical contractor with their own sheet metal shop. Today, A&R is a plumbing, heating, ventilation service company with the same excellence in customer service as they provided nearly 100 years ago. Design, build, and maintain. That's what served A&R Mechanical for nearly 100 years. Find them at Lincoln and Kettering in Urbana or online at ar-mech.com.
ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen, and you know we can't do The Drive without Busey Bank. Busey Bank wants you to know that college is closer than you think. Whether you're sending your child to college next year or in 18 years, celebrate National College Savings Month all September with Busey Wealth Management. Their experienced advisors will explain your saving options. Busey experts suggest 5 simple tips. Save early and often. Open a college savings account like a 529 savings account. Make saving automatic. Increase the amount you save each year and set a goal and stick to it. Choose a college savings plan that matches your priorities, from 529 savings or prepaid tuition plans to custodial accounts, gifting, or other tax-advantaged strategies, just to name a few. Busey's financial advisors will help you understand your options and what will work best with your time frame. Invest in your child's future today with Busey. For a savings strategy for your family, visit Busey.com or stop by one of their many convenient locations. Investment products and services are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. I got a text on the Max Twin City Recycling text line, and it said, "Hey, man, are you okay? You sound congested." Do I sound that congested? I know my voice is a little fried today. A little fried. I went to a rock and roll concert at Soldier Field last night. So
I mean, here's the thing. If you're asking me to be observant about anything other than sports, I'm not the guy.
No, okay.
Is this not how you always sound?
I don't know.
Oh. What show did you go see?
I'm a rock guy. I'm a metal guy. And I got the chance to go check out System
Slaughter.
of a Down. No,
Oh,
Slaughter.
gosh,
I think there's probably some sort of a festival happening around here that Slaughter is going to headline. Okay, just be patient.
Okay,
all right.
I've never heard of
Somewhere.
it until you said. You went to System of a Down?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, it went off like a bomb in your brain.
Dude,
like, wait a minute, what
that's
did he say?
awesome.
That crowd, it was sold out at Soldier Field last night. First of all, and that crowd was wild, man. It was fun. I saw those guys the very first time I ever saw them was, I'm going to date myself. It was back in 98 on an Ozfest. I think it was the first Ozfest they played in 1998.
Yeah.
And they were on the side stage and they played for like 20 minutes and I was like, these guys are incredible. I like this band. And to see them now 2 nights in a row at Soldier Field sold out is just but yeah, I went last night and screamed and sang my little heart out. And
what time did you get back?
I know I fell asleep at 2 a.m. So I'm going to guess I got home around.
On the way back, or were you back?
No, I was back. I was back home. I was back home. We drove back. Didn't because I knew we had the show today, and so I didn't do the hotel or whatever. Maybe I should have, but it ended up working out fine. I got plenty of sleep. I think it's just my voice is a little fried.
Is there a band? This might be such a loaded question.
Okay.
Is there a band or a musical group or musical entity, whatever you want to call, that has deeper lyrics than System of a Down?
Oh, well, I mean, that's all. It all depends on what you like.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't? No, it doesn't.
They've got the deepest, most veiled lyrics of any band I've ever heard.
Well, here's what I'll say. A System of a Down song is either about something very, very serious or it's about something ridiculous and fun. And I think that's what makes them endearing to so many people. And that we don't do politics on the drive. They're a very political band, but they also within their band, they don't. It's not like it's a universal thing where all 4 guys agree on everything. And you could look at their frontman and drummer who are polar opposites politically, but together. With that band and the music they've made over the last 25, 30 years, it's magic. To me, it's
really good.
Hard rock magic.
It's really good. That's me. I think, Todd, that text is for you.
Tool. Curtis. Oh, well, I mean, he's not calling me a tool. He's suggesting the band Tool. Thank you very much.
It's a matter of,
I mean, Maynard James Keenan, if we're going to I'll go down that rabbit hole with you. Maynard, very similar to the guy from Surge, from System of a Down. It's either about something very serious, big deal stuff, or, just joking around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Heath's text.
Yeah, we were going to talk baseball. It started with me and my voice and somebody saying that my nose sounded a little stuffy today.
Yeah, Heath tells us on the Max Twin City Recycling text line, as a Cardinal fan who went to yesterday's game, you really don't need to talk about them. What happened yesterday to the A's, man?
Well, okay. Well, yeah, I don't know about that, to be honest, because I was on the road a lot. So
you were screaming, "Wake up!"
Yeah.
Wake up!
sound just like him. That was really good.
Is that good?
That was pretty good.
It's my karaoke song.
You should. Yeah, I could totally see that. You should probably do a System of a Down tribute band. Evan of a Down, System of an Evan, come into the Canopy Club in Urbana soon, I think. So I didn't get to watch any of the Cardinals yesterday, I didn't get to watch any sports.
Well, the
yesterday.
Cubs game was crazy yesterday.
I got to see some of the highlights online today.
Yeah, they dropped down. They went down 6-1 against the Braves, and it didn't even look good. It wasn't even a good 6-1. There were errors. There were miscommunications. But there was some sort of a sense of they should not, but it kind of feels like they're still going to win this game. And they did. Yeah. And the Brewers lost. And so the Cubs are looking at 5.5 games back right now. Mm-hmm. Just slowly inching and creeping their way up there.
Yeah, 79 and 50, 20 games above 500 and still 5.5 back of the Brew Crew.
Stupid.
But I think this is the closest in the last week and change we've been talking about this. 5.5, it was 5 games. They got within 5, and then things went kind of kaput. Now they're back up, and I didn't mean to interrupt your thought. I apologize for that.
Well, no, it's fine because so for the Cardinals, you had Sonny Gray on the mound last night, and he went 6 innings, gave up 10 hits, 7 earned runs. Give up 3 home runs.
Very un-Sonny-like performance.
3 home runs and 3 walks. How many times in Sonny Gray's career do you think he's walked 3 people and given up 3 home runs? Maybe that's not as crazy as it sounds in my brain, but that feels that's a lot
for the ace of the staff. That's a
to
tough
hit
one.
both those numbers.
Yeah,
that's tough.
That's tough.
That's tough. And then on the flip side, every team the Cardinals are chasing, I think they all won. And so I think it's officially, we can go ahead and probably.
You want to?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hitting out the fork, is that what you're doing?
I think the wild card's gone at this point, which most Cardinals fans have been telling us that is the case.
Yeah.
But I've been holding on for them.
Trying to be nice.
I've been trying to get this.
Gracious.
Gosh, get this team into the wild card, and it's just, it's not going to happen.
Well, sometimes, or in fact, it's good for us as the home for Cardinals baseball if the Cardinals are playing well. It's good for the station. It's good for everybody, right?
It is.
And same thing for our sister station, US 105.9. It's good for the station when the Cubs are playing well. It's just the fact of sports radio and sports broadcast, but. We will have the Redbirds on after the drive, and I believe pregame's going to start right around 5:45. First pitch, I think, is 6:30 tonight, and the Cubbies are just a little bit earlier than that on US 105.9. Also, since we're talking sister stations, next Monday, or rather this coming Monday, because it's Tuesday. It's not Labor. Yeah, Labor Day was yesterday, so today's Tuesday. This coming Monday.
The math checks out.
Monday Night Football, Bears-Vikings on our sister
Let's
station.
go, baby! Oh, man, I didn't know where you were going with that. I forgot.
That's on Q96, our sister station.
Woo! The NFL's back, baby.
But, yeah, Braves and Cubs tonight on US 105.9, and first pitch for that one, 6:40. Cardinals scheduled for 6:45 for the first pitch. So
we're going to get into some NFL here in a second. I do think sports are weird. And the fact that I can look at the Cardinals right now being 6.5 games out of the wild card, and then look at the Cubs 5.5 games out of first place, and it feels like completely different numbers. That 5.5 with Chicago feels like, man, they could catch that.
Yeah.
That 6.5 for the Cardinals feels like it might as well be 30.
Insurmountable.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just a tale of 2 seasons, really, when you look at both franchises. So it's tough for the Redbirds fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't, I can't be the troll with it because I understand as a lifelong Cubs fan, that agony.
I could be, but I like my job.
Yeah.
So
There you go. Again, the Redbirds back on the air tonight. You know what? You know what we got to do? I'm not trolling.
We got to catch a break.
Well, I know. Yeah, we do have to catch a break. We got to.
That's all we got to do.
You don't want to do Etched in Stone next? You don't want to recap? You thought because we talked college football with Jay earlier.
I thought we were done. I thought we were out.
You thought because of the Jay Lehman show,
you know what?
We were done with football talk.
I'm man enough.
But I got a stat for you that's going to make you feel better about how Etched in Stone. It's going to, not just you, it ought to make a lot of people, if you laid some money down on college football week 1, it hopefully will make you feel a little bit better. A little bit better. Or you might write me a mean letter.
Swanson.
Where's
Simpson.
Simpson Swanson.
Samsonite.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, way
I
off.
see. I Samsonite myself as well. Catch a break, and we're going to recap Etched in Stone. If you're not familiar, we do that every week with Evan, where we take a look at the betting lines for football and give you some sound advice. We had a wonderful start last weekend, but this past one,
Samsonite. I was way off.
Samsonite him too. That's next on the drive.
What the hell?
All right, so let's talk about it. What about Gail Frericks Trucking? How are you with drivers, et cetera? How's it going?
Hey, we're coming down to the time where we're going to get some grain going in the fields. Our regional over-the-road trucks are pretty well full, but what we do is have a couple of spots that we bring in some new people to start out hauling the grain out of the field. They're home every night. They make good money, and they work a lot over 6 or 7 weeks. That's all dictated by the weather, so if the weather's good on the weekend, we're going, and then those people just transition into a regional job when the grain's done.
Awesome. Need good people for that, for sure.
Yep, need 2 or 3 good people for that. We'll be starting here in probably 3 or 4 weeks.
How do you get that process started, Tim Onstadt?
They can get me at TIMO@GFTLOG.com. They can call the office at 765-793-7131.
And you hit number 4 for that auto
number
attendant.
4 on the auto attendant, yeah.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. Trinity Home Medical in Central Illinois has you covered. For 22 years, they've been your trusted source for medical support. Now they're excited to offer continuous glucose monitors. No more finger sticks. Get real-time glucose readings to avoid dangerous spikes and crashes. Most insulin-dependent diabetics qualify through insurance, and they handle everything: insurance processing, delivery, education, and support. Call Trinity Home Medical today at 877-663-0202 or visit trinityyhme.com.
Actually, I called the provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians. I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com.
Sarah Champagne Managing Partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA Champagne.com.
When feeling better can't wait, visit Christie Clinic Convenient Care. Convenient locations, hours to fit your schedule, and no appointment necessary. Plus, you don't have to be a Christie Clinic patient. Receive health care when and where you need it with Christie Clinic Convenient Care. Christie Clinic accepts Health Alliance and most other major insurance plans. Visit ChristieClinic.com to find the convenient care closest to you.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. Every week, newer segment here on The Drive called Etched in Stone. Your chance to get some insight on the betting lines for football season. And last week went pretty well. Pretty well overall with 5 big games for you, sir. You went 3-2. and hit on all the spreads, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it was a plus week.
Yeah.
But
sorry, I can't read and talk at the same time.
Do you know what to do with your hands?
I do. But I'm good. I'm done now. I'm done reading. Yeah. We went 3-2 overall the first week. 3-0 against the spread. 0-2 on the over/under. So we decided this week we obviously are doing well with the spreads. We're only going to do spreads.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do total points. We're not going to do over/under. Just spreads.
Yeah.
It was a rough week. This week might have lost someone's house.
We use the word oski.
That's how it felt laying bets this week. So, yeah, Edgerton Stone this week went 1-4. 1-4. South Carolina kind of saved the bag on Sunday night, but yeah, 1-4. So that means we are, if the math checks out, we're 4-6 overall on the season.
Well, you know, let's just.
That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't want you to get negative.
It's early.
Goodness gracious.
We're 4-6, and it was a tough. You said you saw a stat or something that might make me feel better.
I've got some right here. It's gonna make you feel. I hope it's gonna make you feel a little bit better. This is from according to a study from Ticket Compare. All right, and they put out all sorts of factoids and surveys and stuff like that, and they have way more time on their hands than I ever could because they looked at the overall. Now, when we talk about overall betting, they're looking at bets placed in Vegas. They're looking at the stuff, whether it's with DraftKings, FanDuel, or Circus Sports, or Bet, whatever you use, okay? Overall, looking at this past weekend, we'll say, of college football.
Okay.
More people lost money this past weekend on college football than they will for the rest of the season.
Oh, wow.
The bets are, and that is not an anomaly. That is not something that was unique to just this season. They looked at past 2 or 3 years.
It's really that big opening weekend.
It's the big opening weekend where everybody thinks they know what's going to happen, but they don't know
Everybody just
yet.
knows Alabama's great, Florida State sucks.
Everybody knows Arch Manning's going to be the guy, right? Everybody, and you were on that one. You were on that one. But
no, but I was big on Alabama.
Yeah, but was that 14-7 was the final, right, in the Ohio State-Texas game?
Yep.
Okay. So there were a lot of people that were looking at that and going over on that. I think the over for that was 48.5, if I'm not mistaken. I have to go back and double check, but I remember seeing that number specifically Friday night.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to let you know that. Okay.
That does
don't
make
feel
me
too bad.
That makes me feel a little bit better. I know that the Big Ten
did not do
this
well.
weekend. Went, I think, 5-12 against the spread.
Yeah. Not good against the spread.
So 5 teams covered. Illinois, one of them, best team in the nation. 12 Big Ten teams did not cover this weekend. So it was a tough first week. Even Vegas was kind of like, we'll see what happens. Woo! And so, we'll do better this week. I got some already good plays that I'm very excited about. Coming into this weekend. No Thursday night games. We're not into Maction yet, midweek Maction.
No, not yet.
So first games this week are on Friday. Western Illinois going up to Northwestern.
Yeah. What's the spread on that one?
They don't have one.
Oh, not yet.
They don't have one.
No.
And they might not have one. But according to certain metrics and models.
Spread is infinite.
Yeah. According to certain metrics and models I've looked at, some people are looking at that Western Illinois game as like they can give them a game.
Yeah. Well, we got to see some. You know what? Here's something I do want to say, and you pointed it out when we were talking a little while ago with Jay, and we'll get into that more in the next Jay Lehman Hour. Starts at 5. You talked about some of the kind of moments that happened with the Illini secondary.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was a blown play, or that could have been a lot worse than it was. Joe Davis, he did open up his offense. He did go single back set or zero back sets, and we're letting the receivers go down the field. And you saw the frustration on his face multiple times on missed opportunities down the field to his wide receivers.
Yeah.
A lot of that. So that's something I guarantee you they're going to try to focus on and clean up before they play Northwestern.
Yeah. Once again, I was saying, we were sitting up in the balcony, and you could see, I love sitting up there because you can see the whole thing open up. You can see the whole plays and the all 22 angle. And there were a few times that Western Illinois receivers were running downfield wide open, and their quarterback, whose name's escaping me in this moment, but he couldn't get it to him.
Yeah.
Couldn't find him. Didn't have enough time. Whatever it was, if he had another half second, another second, it would have been a big play. If he had, a little bit of better vision, could have been a big play, but he didn't find him, or we got to him, which was awesome. But I'm interested to see how they do up in Evanston this weekend or this Friday night. You also have Northern Illinois going out to Maryland on Friday night, so a couple directional schools making their way to Big Ten schools. But yeah, I got some fun plays this weekend that we'll get into.
Yeah, we'll get into as the week progresses. Again, it's a short week, man. It's a short week, and I'll tease it right now. I won't give it away just yet, but I'll tease it right now. So I'm off Friday. I got a little family friend function thing. All the F words I can say on the radio. Oh, sorry. No, I got a thing going on this weekend.
Fantastic.
I've got a fun, fantastic, family-friendly event happening.
Fabulous.
This weekend. It all starts on Friday, so I'm not going to be here Friday. We have a special guest that's going to be filling in on Friday.
A fun friend.
Mm-hmm.
Some might say.
Yeah. And people know him here. That if you listen to The Drive over the last several years, you know who he is. So that's all I'll say right now. But we got a guest coming in on Friday to join you, sir. And
to join me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I'm still here Friday.
I hope so.
Okay. No, I'll be here.
Did you put in a vacation request? I don't even think that's really a thing.
I was about to say.
I don't think that's a thing here.
HR didn't walk me through that one. So yeah. No, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So I'll tell you who that is tomorrow. We'll get into that tomorrow on The Drive.
Okay.
Yeah. But it should be a good one. I won't say great anymore because we ring the bell if we say great too much today, but it will be fun. Ding, ding. Oh, we got to catch a break. When we come back, we will not beat up Evan anymore for Etched in Stone. I just wanted to make sure that you or anybody that if you're like, man, none of my bets hit. Because I'll tell you, none of mine hit either over the weekend. It was a rough one for me, too. It was
big
like
weekend.
Me and my parlays trying to turn $2 into $2,000. I'd get one leg, just missed. So we'll be back with more. It's The Drive.
And what about Dixie Chopper? What do you got? Dedicated diesel.
The best prices you'll ever get on a Dixie Chopper. I'm looking at right now the list of a classic. The regular retails for $18,200. We're going to sell it for $12,500.
What?
Yep.
You're doing commercial. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, we're gonna sell some of these things and move them out. A $7,500 Z2. We're going to get rid of for $5,000.
Man.
$20,000 Eagle, 72-inch cut. It's there for $13,500.
Wow. It's the fastest lawnmowers in the world called Dixie Chopper. Go to Dedicated Diesel. How would I reach Andy for that?
They can call Andy at 217-328-0562. Visit him at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana, or check him out on Dedicated Equipment on Facebook.
Carpet Weaver's Labor Day sale is here with big savings, a huge selection, and everything you need to update your home. Choose Mohawk waterproof luxury vinyl floors or Mohawk Revwood, and the installation is half off. Buy Mohawk carpet and the installation is free. Plus, get up to $1,000 rebate on Mohawk carpets and floors, and get instant rebates on all furniture and rugs. All with special 2 years free financing. Don't miss the Labor Day sale, only at Carpet Weavers.
Cold nights, hot fire, safe chimney. You need Grizzly's Chimney Service. Since 2008, they've handled it all. Fireplace and stove work, tuck pointing, inspections, dryer vents, and more. With certified chimney sweeps, a no-mess guarantee, and they're fully insured. Keep your home fires burning safely. Call the experts at Grizzly's Chimney Service today and visit grizzlysweep.com. That's grizzlysweep.com.
Urbana's Market at the Square is huge on Saturday mornings from 7 a.m. to noon, rain or shine at Illinois and Vine. For 6 weeks, we now welcome Urbana's Night Market at the Square from 6 to 9 on Thursday evenings. A vibrant, unique evening experience with food trucks, live music and painting, art and maker vendors. Bring your chairs and blankets and have some fun at Urbana's Night Market at the Square Thursday evenings from 6 to 9.
People always warned me about getting a credit card, but now I know better. SEFQ helped me pick out the right card and taught me how to use it the smart way. And with great rates and no annual fees, I'm building credit like a pro.
You can build your credit like a pro too, with features that help you reach your goals, plus no annual fees, fraud protection, and ways to earn more along the way.
If only my plans were that easy to manage.
Insured by NCUA.
You've heard about the doggy bag, right? From Bulldog Disposal Muhammad, a 6 cubic yard canvas bag that can be used for easy cleanup instead of a big dumpster. The one-time use bag is now available and you can save the delivery charge. Get the doggy bag at Do It Best Hardware in Champaign at 107 West Springfield. So fill up the bag, call Bulldog Disposal, have it disposed of, and you'll be organized. Go to bulldoggybag.com for all the details. That's bulldoggybag.com.
When looking for a bank, you deserve the best. Philo Exchange Bank is a best of Bauer bank rated 5 stars in financial strength and stability for over 28 consecutive years. Banking with us means you're banking with one of the strongest banks in the nation. Visit any one of our locations in Philo, St. Joseph, Allerton, or Broadlands to experience the best firsthand.
Philo Exchange Bank, hometown community banking since 1883. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. It's been a big show, man.
Yeah.
It's been a busy one. We had Shauna Green on earlier this hour. If you missed that, make sure you check it out wherever you get your podcast. Shauna Green, of course, the head coach for the women's basketball team with the Fighting Illini, and going to be the guest of honor for Ties and Tinnies with the Champaign Park District on Thursday night at the iHotel. You can get all the details on that at steviej.com. Jay Lehman Hour, buddy.
Always a good time.
Always fun. Going to talk plenty about that. If you missed anything with Jay, keep it locked because that's on the way as well.
Coming up.
And also, I have to address a text from the Max Twin City Recycling text line. We have a friend in the 309 who really, really, really likes Metallica's Enter Sandman. Yeah. And he keeps letting us know he wants to hear it. So just to humor him real quick, I found a special version. It goes a little something like this. How about that?
I mean, it still goes hard.
It goes super hard. 4 dudes with kazoos playing Enter Sandman. How about?
Oh, well,
Look at the mustache on that one guy.
Are they 4 different dudes?
Yeah, four different dudes. Like, this is something my idiot friends and I would do.
People got way too much time. That's like when YouTube first became a thing. I think.
This video, it says, is from 16 years ago. I wonder what happened with all these guys.
Where are they at today?
Where are they today? Yeah,
they're probably millionaires.
Probably from this. These guys look like guys I would have gone to college with. The hair, the way the goatees are, the whole deal.
What's up with that one guy?
With the mustache? Or
no, the guy who doesn't have a kazoo.
Oh, well, he's just there to show off the 2006, 2007 goatee.
Okay.
That's all it is.
All right.
All right, there you go.
There's that. There you go, 309.
There you go, buddy.
Boom. Yeah. So, this is a good thing. We got Jay Lehman coming up. We also got a lot of things coming up this week. Tomorrow, we're going to have a couple people on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line. Tristan Thomas from WCIA 3 Sports coming in to recap the first week of high school football and what's coming up this week. But then also Dave Harding. You probably don't know who that is, but that is the Duke radio play-by-play guy.
If you are a radio person, you probably know who he is.
Probably.
But as a casual sports fan, you may not. So we'll talk.
Yeah.
Talk with him tomorrow. I believe that is what time is that?
That's going to be about 4 o'clock, 4 or 5.
Yeah, we'll do that.
He's going to be hopping on the phone. We'll be talking with him. Thursday, we've got my buddy Ravi who's going to jump back on and just really take a look at college football and what's going on.
Yeah, Ravi from Herd at Sports. He was
Yep.
a great conversation. Great conversation we had with him a couple of weeks ago, and just kind of looking at the Big Ten as a whole and kind of see where we are after a week and a half. After week one,
yeah,
all right, of college football, and a week and a half into the season, so that'll be a good one as well. So,
and a couple other good conversations that are in the works that we're trying to put together for y'all. But yeah, we got a lot of good people hopping on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone lines this week. So make sure you tune in. You catch us wherever you get your podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the tube of you.
You know what we should talk about?
Oh, what should we talk about?
New Instagram page. If you're on the gram,
hey,
follow us at The Drive 935 on Instagram. And thank you. We've already got a handful of people following us on there, so thank you for that. And you can check out the highlights from our Pia's broadcast this past Thursday, and also some meme fun we'll have in there, and just kind of a nice little kind of behind the scenes look at how things go with The Drive as well. So follow us on Instagram at The Drive 935. Of course, we're on Twitter as well. Same handle at The Drive 935. Busy show tomorrow. It's been a good one today, sir. And I apologize if I did sound stuffy or otherwise.
No, you sound great.
Thank you.
You sound great.
Thank you. You sound even better. How about that? What do you think about that, buddy?
I knew that.
What do you think about that, tough guy?
I knew that.
Yeah.
I felt good about that.
Did you feel good? That's
good. So thank you all for listening, for hanging out with us today. I know that I'm not the only one. Somebody listening to this right now, you need to change your HVAC filter.
Oh, something happened?
No, I'm just saying, like, that's something that
general?
gets forgotten. I'm a man of the people. I'm trying to help out. I did not deliver with Etched in Stone this past week, so somebody listening is like, you know what? I have totally blanked on the timing. That furnace is about to get kicked on. Change your filter, brother. Let that system breathe.
You know what? Check out your filters on anything that has a filter, quite frankly. Lawnmower, all right. Your dryer, HVAC you mentioned.
Car.
Cabin filter and air